yearly budget, all of a sudden they got a cease and desist letter after they funded it all. And that was a very big problem. And
So the
I'm
intellectual
a little afraid
copyright
that
would
that's
have
gonna
to,
happen
would have to
here.
revert to the city.
Right.
Right, like the city buys
Yeah,
the
because
art
it would be a
in
city-
Yeah,
total
yeah.
in
Property.
full.
I mean, when I'm hired to do a mural, I don't get to come in and say I own the intellectual property. I'm hired to come in and paint.
You can own the
these,
idea.
These projects are more,
Yeah.
think of it more as painters working on a design rather than
Yeah.
it's a painting hanging in a gallery
Okay, so
or
would there
something.
be any claim to the intellectual property at all?
There hasn't yet been in any of these in
I mean,
LA.
Will your artist sign something to
Wait,
the?
We can definitely have something where they know that they're just hired to
I
do it
know,
and they
I
can't.
know they could know about it.
I
Will they
mean,
will they
literally
Yeah, agree to
sign
it.
something
I
where
like
they
that.
agree to it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Didn't know about that.
Question.
Yes.
I was gonna ask someone else to ask, but I'm not asking. Once they're painted, who takes care of them after that? In other words, how do we make sure they don't get graffitied over? And how do we make sure that they get taken care of so they look nice when?
Right, for 2
you know, they
years,
start to die
Off the
out?
Walls is responsible for that.
Okay.
And so we are called or whatever,
Okay.
depending on the gravity of it. I mean, it
Great.
might be a 311 call, but
Yeah.
I mean,
typically it's ours.
The goal is to not have to face that.
You
And the
want-
one
you-
cool
you
thing
want
about
to deter the graffiti, we know that.
Yeah.
the one good thing about us working on this project is that we're known amongst the graffiti community for doing positive things for those artists, and they tend to like
Leave it alone.
the 6-day
Kind
weight
of
loss.
protect it.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to get hit, and then they found out that we did it, and they didn't, and it hasn't been touched because they know we're out trying to do positive
See,
things with art.
Point of explanation or order here. Look at the undercrossing on Sepulveda.
Underpasses
Scratch
are
that, I mean,
infamous
on Van Nuys,
for being
near where the old plant
graffiti.
used to be, and the beautiful cars that were
Mural.
there, and that
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
mural, and they've graffitied and damaged it, and it's so sad because it was beautiful.
True.
Yeah.
And
Alright,
the
so are we
woman that
happy
did
with
it
the
did a
language?
Yeah,
nice
absolutely.
job.
We'll get into
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're retaining, yes, okay.
We
So-
got it.
Is it
Not to
also
exceed.
clear, like on the boxes, is
There
that?
is-
Clear coat, there is an anti-graffiti or anti-spray paint. It would just push the budget up way more. That's the only reason.
Well, that part's not good, but it's.
Very good, so give me the language, off-the-wall graffiti, to request 2,500 for the electrical boxes getting painted throughout 76. 10 electrical boxes along Van Nuys Boulevard, we're bringing in artists, $500 fee per artist, not to exceed.
No, you
No,
don't
no,
wanna
no,
bring
no.
in the
Go on.
$500 at all.
Okay,
is-
take that out, okay?
Yeah,
All right, for the paint kit only, not to exceed 2,500.
Correct.
Yes.
got it,
I
perfect.
make a motion, we adopt that language.
Seconded.
With that, I call for the vote.
Okay. George,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes?
me, yes. Stacy,
Yes.
and Mr. Lazarovitz,
Yes.
passes.
Very good?
Thank you so much.
Okay, and then quickly, so the Arts Activation Fund, the thing that we need, I'm gonna give you one, I may run out with you guys. Yes, so I officially run out, you guys can take a look. And I apologize for that, actually.
Mm.
Ooh, nice.
I don't
I
know
like
who
this
to
idea.
request the letter of recommendation for, but my timing is fast on this. So that is our proposal, is that we take the existing structure and create something anew that won't cost as much as the Angels cost, but gives us sort of a start for what we hope is the Van Nuys style project. And so this is what we're asking for in the fund. What we need from you guys is a simple letter saying, we agree totally, we support it, yada, yada.
All you want is a letter?
Just the letter.
For right now.
That's part of the.
That's the beginning.
The Great Streets Art.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
along, the
It's
the
along
Arts
the Great Streets
Activation
Initiative.
Fund is a part of the Great Streets Initiative. And in there, it's a $15,000
Grant.
grant, but they do want us to get additional money on top of that. The way that I've structured the grant is that it's functional and doable with just the 15. It's added to and awesome with more help.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. I just want, so I don't know to whom to request that.
just to be like the full council, the
Yeah.
Art Activation Fund and the Van Nuys Style Project to request a letter of support to transform Van Nuys through strategic creative projects.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I make a motion, we adopt that language.
Seconded.
With that, I call for the vote.
Okay, I did. Oh, I ran out.
It's only for CIS.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a letter of support.
We could do a letter of support and a CIS.
Sure.
Yeah, I never felt so good.
Sure.
Who needs the email to where it's sent or however it's sent?
Do info@vnnc.org.
Oh, so,
Someone.
And you
Yeah.
can, you can write most of the letter.
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
can Write
Okay.
99.99%.
Just leave out the
Someone.
signature
Yeah,
part.
just,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Put sincerely
Yeah.
and then don't put it in.
Sincerely, and I'll just leave it blank. Perfect.
I can't find my, hold on.
Do you want me to handle the vote?
No, I just needed to find where I put them. They're on the other side. I didn't find that. George?
Yes.
Howard?
Yes.
Jean, yes. Oh, Stacy?
Stacy?
Yes.
Yes.
And Mr. Lazaro?
Yes.
Passes.
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. Okay, then this last thing,
Uh-oh.
I know. So in the scope of the Van Nuys Style Project and in the scope of the murals and the changing and all the things we want to do, we want you guys to feel included. And so we've created this survey that I will send as a PDF if that's easier. I brought it
is.
to you guys
Okay.
physically if you're, and look at Stacy go. I love it, she's doing it. We will take this to the bid, we'll take it to other stakeholders, the chamber, and then also probably the high schools in the area, and maybe some of the business owners directly. To get, so that everybody feels like they have a say in what these murals end up looking like
Sure.
and ideas along that line.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Excellent,
All right, you
excellent.
guys are
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
If you're gonna fill that out like you are.
I'm almost done.
just-
I wanna give it
I
to you
love
before
it.
you
We won't
leave.
leave until
Okay.
then.
Okay, mine too?
Rubina, come on down.
Hi, good evening. I know most of you, or many of you, you may not know that I have a children's environmental health organization called California Safe Schools that I founded in 1998. I'm a resident of Van Nuys. I've lived here for 25 years. And I work really closely with a lot of the Los Angeles Unified Schools, but I work with schools throughout the state. But one school I've become very fond of and I'm working very, very closely with is Bassett Elementary School. It's a Title I school. For those who you aren't familiar with that term, it's the lowest income, free lunches, free breakfast.
Poorest kids.
Yeah, and they're lovely kids that have some of the most incredible teachers there. One of them, Margie, that I have worked with for a while, is really, really exceptional. And she's the 5th grade teacher, but she also teaches science, and it's an elementary school. And they're doing a big science fair, and I have provided some information for you. It's taking place on Thursday, May 26th at 5, and it's going to be open to San Fernando Valley 2nd through 5th grade students. Just so you know, this is not just like your standard science fair. A lot of these kids do robotics. The teacher herself has really gone out of the way and given her own funds. Some of the robots cost $300, $350 a piece. They've won state championships. They're doing really well, and quite often they don't even have the funds, even with the help of the Los Angeles Unified School Board and parent assistance, to really go out and be able to travel to these events. But I'm here today to ask if you would like to participate and donate $1,000 toward this science fair. It will help with projects, it will help with robots, and some of the funds may be used to be able to allow them to travel to compete in another fair. And it's
What's
for
the
Bassett.
exact location of the school?
Bassett is at 15756.
It's in our,
Bassett
it's
Street.
in our neighborhood. It's right,
I know, I'm
it's
trying,
behind,
Is it on
crap,
Saddle?
the high school, / middle school, Fulton. It's directly, so
the
it's,
No,
yes, it is.
157?
It's
Yeah.
west of the
No,
405.
no. 157 is It's gotta be Sepulveda.
It's
wait, wait.
91406. The actual
It is
address,
91406,
Yeah.
okay, I'm mixing the
No,
two up.
it's
I always do that.
okay.
No, are you, wait.
Is it west of the 405 or east of the 405?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, then it is not in ours, it's in,
It is in ours.
Lake Balboa. Well, see, they changed our boundaries, though, that's the problem.
no, it's definitely Van Nuys.
I'm
It
trying-
is,
I'm-
for
No,
sure.
we understand that, but everything west of the San Diego Freeway
I think it.
is in Lake
They're in
Balboa.
our sphere of influence. I bet you some of the kids live in our
No, but
council
I'm
district.
But I'm
I'm
thinking,
pretty sure it's east of the 405.
Okay. Is your organization a nonprofit?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
it's,
Fully, all paperwork in order, and I provided the 95
I
number
don't
as
think
well.
we should have a problem. It's
Haskell?
for a good cause, and we should help the
It's-
kids.
Thank
is
you.
it off of Haskell?
You know,
It's
I'm
west of
embarrassed.
Haskell. I looked at it on.
No, it's
That's what I
before
was trying to,
Sepulveda.
that's what I was trying to say, no, if you go down Haskell, and she's right, you make a right-hand turn, I'm trying to remember, because I always mix that one up with Valerio Street's the one I was mixing it up with.
No, I think I take
Valerio's in our
Sepulveda
neighborhood,
and
that
make a
one's
left, go like
technically
3
Lake
blocks and
Balboa.
make a right. It's right there.
I know, but that's technically Lake Balboa, because it is,
We're talking about
But the
instead
kids
of,
live in
instead
Van
of,
they live in Van Nuys, it's not one
instead of
it's part money
jurisdictional
rate.
areas
It
as
used
far
to
as
Organizations
It
map
used to
represent
be all of
areas,
us, but
we're
remember
talking
they carved
about
out Lake Balboa
NC
and
areas.
the other ones? It's
I
actually
She
Lake
was only
Balboa.
talking about one school, but she is in Van Nuys.
I know.
And her organization is in
I-
Van
All
Nuys.
right, it's actually
understand.
west of the 405, but
It
just
is,
a
it is,
smidgen,
which makes
just
it
a
Lake
hair.
Balboa's, but
But I bet you those kids live in our council
Alright.
district.
If
a
we
lot of
look
them do.
sideways, we'll be this side of the 405.
well, until they redrew the
You know,
boundaries, it was our school.
okay.
So, we can
I
do
guess
the
it's
agenda if
okay.
you want, and we can argue about where
Yes.
Van Nuys is on Wednesday of next
Okay,
week.
let's put
All
not
right.
to exceed $1,000 and I
Yeah.
think for a good
Yeah.
cause.
Yeah, because it's a really, really good
Yeah.
idea. I mean, science.
I got it.
And just so
It's
you
for
know,
the
so
future.
that it's first, all throughout the San Fernando Valley, second through fifth
Open
grade.
to any students that have one, so it's not, it's not like,
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right.
All right, so,
Tell me how to fill this out.
request $1,000 towards the science fair and projects with robots at 15756 Bassett Street, the 6th Annual Board District 3 Science Fair,
I would not
And
even
not
put an
to
address, I
exceed-
would just put the name of the organization.
not to exceed $1,000.
Yeah.
Do I have a second on the motion?
Second.
With that, I call for the vote.
Bassett Street
Bassett
Elementary
Street
School.
School? Well, that's my old alma mater.
Hallelujah.
Yes, well, there you go.
Yeah, it's Haskell and Bassett by Heartland.
Yes.
And
see?
Marlin Place is right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But George, I wouldn't put an address, just put the name of the
They
organization.
didn't have French back then, did they?
Yeah, that's
Um,
fine.
Let me just make it even easier.
Good luck with that.
Is your nonprofit here in Van Nuys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And she
That's-
lives
we
in
could
that.
just
It's
give it
her
to her.
nonprofit.
Yeah, that's it, that's what I said.
We're giving her money for the
Where's
nonprofit.
the nonprofit?
California Safe Schools, I've been here
Well,
for
where's the address?
5925 Tobias Avenue.
That's
Van
the end
Nuys.
of
Yeah.
it.
That's
That's the end of it.
Van Nuys
No,
for
that's,
See, that's
that's
what I
North
said.
Sherman Oaks.
We gave the
Oh, is
money
it?
to the organization.
No, that's.
End
that's
of story.
East, that's East Valley, Glen.
Oh, serious? Are you?
No, no, no.
Why? Well, you guys can sit here and discuss where Van Nuys is and I can't make a bad joke, really?
Oh, okay, I thought it was a bad joke. I was going, Tobias is our neighbor. What you talking about?
We were being
Mr.
recorded,
Hop
guys.
has risen to be recognized. Mr. Hop is recognized.
Probably about a year ago, someone mentioned, are you the nonprofit or you use a fiscal manager?
I have a fiscal sponsor. They have the information
So-
of my fiscal
Oh, the
sponsor.
fiscal, because that's legal anyway, but you're not the nonprofit itself, it's the fiscal sponsor that accepts the money?
Yes, that's true. That's
Okay,
accurate.
so when, just for clarification, your organization itself is not a nonprofit?
Well, I am, yes, you're absolutely correct.
Okay,
California
thank
Safe Schools is a nonprofit through community partners.
That's the fiscal manager?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So the motion's on the floor. Do we have a second?
I think Mr. Lazarovich seconded.
All right, I call for the vote.
George?
Yes.
Howard?
Yes?
Me, yes. Stacy?
Yes.
Yes,
And Mr. Lazarovitz?
yes.
It passes.
Very good, thank you, Rena.
Thank you.
Next up, the Park and Rec guy, Craig Edelman, has an application already turned in for a grant at the Delano Recreation Center.
I
Is
have
that
no
true?
idea what that means. Like, if you read exactly the words, it's, I've submitted
From
an
the email,
application.
yeah,
It
I
doesn't say
saw that.
when,
Well, what
where,
does he want?
who. So I don't know where he thinks he's submitted an application.
And what does he want?
Maybe
Yeah.
there's like a magic.
Because even if you go
Box,
online,
you
you're
put it
still
in.
required to print stuff out and give it to somebody. So
Exactly,
So
and he
I don't
didn't,
know
and
what
I
he-
was wondering
what's
about
the
that one
purpose?
myself.
So
What's
then
the
let's do the same
Yeah.
thing we're doing with
That-
Taste
that
of Van
we don't
Nuys. We'll
know.
put it on the
And
agenda
what
and
that
then
You
we'll
can't
let
give
him
money for unknown reason.
come and be
That's where
vetted
we
next
at.
week. So,
Haven't come for
I
us.
What's
said
he
to-
asking for? Do we have a dollar
I don't
value?
think he was specific, right?
I didn't.
What was
see-
that?
I only
I did not
zoned
see
in on
the
the
Who's
number.
the chair of Parks and
Was he
Rec?
asking for donation or a
John.
grant?
Is that you?
A grant.
Are you aware of
Well,
it?
wouldn't-
Did anybody approach you?
I
Yeah.
haven't
Don't give
heard
up
from
grants.
anyone from that park, and I
See,
go
so-
down
Yeah, we
there.
do.
See, so
MPG.
therefore,
So it's never even gone through the Parks and
No,
Rec.
so I would say, no.
I know
Yeah,
a few
no.
of the people
I
there
think he should
that
come in front of the council and,
Yes.
and
So-
give us
so
a
he's
speech,
gonna
tell him
have
what he
to-
wants
yeah,
to do and how
you
much
don't
money
do
he
So
that.
let's
wants.
put him on the agenda to do that.
Because
Yeah.
we've given money in the
My
past.
name is Craig
a
Edelman.
long
I'm the
time
director
ago.
at Delano Recreation Center. I was wondering if it would be possible to get on the agenda at
Yes.
your next meeting in March and try to request a grant from the VNNC. I've turned in the application. Please let me know when the meeting is
Yeah, who
and
you
I
turn
will
it
be
into,
there.
when none of us
Thank
have
you
it.
very much for your
Let him
time.
know, yes.
So let's
The
put him on the
language he
agenda to
uses
come and
sounds like
discuss
he has
it.
an idea
All
how to
right,
do
email,
it.
George,
I know someone that
email
works there that may have
him,
given
we'll,
him
we'll
that
put it on the
information, but I
agenda,
don't-
but
the
email him
application
and
part
say,
is like-
we have no record of your paperwork.
Yeah.
I will
Right.
do that.
Right, because he didn't submit it.
And then
Alright.
also, I don't know if you're about to get to this, but Michelle Lopez, the officers for the
Yeah.
Baker to Vegas,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the paperwork that they submitted, and I tried to call, and it didn't even go to voicemail, it just kept ringing and ringing, because I looked at the images, and I don't know if it's my computer, I don't think it is, but they're so small. Like, I couldn't, like, so she submitted the paperwork, but I literally can't see what I'm looking at.
All right, well, that's on my list, so we'll get to that.
Okay.
But yes,
Oh,
she,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, their paperwork has to be in properly, or there's not much we
don't
can
pick
do.
on him.
So then for this one, this is the Craig
It's a big box.
Edelman, to request us, time to speak, in regards to the application that he turned in somewhere. 5 minutes, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
3 minutes. I mean, we don't need to vote on an agendized
No.
matter.
We
All
gotta
right,
put it
so,
So we're not gonna vote on that one?
We don't need to
No, we just
vote
have
on
to
it.
put it on the agenda.
Okay,
But-
never mind.
And
but we,
hopefully he
in
has
order
the
to put it on the
paperwork.
agenda, we have
Did
to
he
vote
even
on it.
provide contact info other than his email?
818-756-8529.
Because I could maybe try.
I don't know, he turned it into an application to
And we don't know.
a
because we
fairy
never saw the
princess or
application.
something, so.
Hmm.
Last
I
time-
saw that email, it said, say what?
Either way, Craig Edelman to speak for 3 minutes in regards to the Delano Recreation Center application.
Give him 5.
Let's give him 5.5. 5.5 minutes. Do we have a second on the motion?
We don't even need a second. We're just gonna agendize it.
I know, but we need to put it on the
Well,
agenda. It
what's
has to
the
get out of
bottom?
this committee to be on the
Okay,
agenda.
all right,
Yes,
so I'll
With
second.
that, okay, I call for the vote.
Okay. George,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes,
me, yes. Stacy,
Yes.
and Mr. Lazarovich.
Yes.
Okey dokey, passes.
All right, next up is $1,000 for creating an application to file and report community issues. We will be supporting the development of a website and an application for the Eyes Across LA application, app. This came out of my 4 consecutive Tuesday nights at the Civic University for Cal State, University of Los Angeles. We presented the proposal to the Mayor of Los Angeles' Chief of Staff. It's only $1,000. I can send everyone on the council the exact proposal that we gave last week. And
So project budget and IRS.
without objection, we can vet it next Wednesday.
What's the proposal for?
What is it?
The proposal is Stacy, Jason, and I attended the Civic University from Cal State University Los Angeles.
Okay.
So just your
We
IRS.
earned 1 graduate credit hour for coming up with different plans, and the group I was in came up with the Eyes Across LA website and application, and we are requesting $1,000 from the Van Nuys Neighborhood Council.
what is Eyes Across LA?
It's similar to the 311 app, but it would be like the 111 app where you can loop in and contact your elected officials through your phone and resolve community issues.
So wait a second, are we raising money for the city of Los Angeles to,
No, it's gonna be our baby, it's gonna be a neighborhood council thing that we came up with when we graduated last week from the Pat Brown Institute
Okay.
at Cal State Los Angeles.
And
Are
where's the
there
money-
any
where's
other
the money
are
going?
there any other NCs that are involved in this?
There's the $1,000 request is going to all 97 neighborhood councils.
Very good.
So without objection, I make a motion that we put the $1,000 funding request on for the Eyes Across LA website and application. And I have a detailed plan from our presentation last Tuesday that I will send to everyone momentarily.
I will second.
All right, so the motion's on the floor, not to exceed $1,000. Mr. Benjamin seconded the motion. I call for the vote.
Okay. George?
Yes.
Howard?
Yes?
Me? Yes. Stacy?
Yes.
And Mr. Lazarovich?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good. I'm going down the list.
Was that, what, only something that goes on smartphone?
No, it'll be like on, what kind of phone do you have? Do you have a landline? It's
Any
not gonna
phone.
work on a landline.
Flip
A
phone.
flip phone, I don't know.
Probably.
That's why
Wait,
that's
how
why
does
it's
it
gonna have
flip?
the
From top to
website
bottom?
A
also.
dumb phone.
No, that's, you
Yeah.
stop it.
Stacy, before we continue, how much money do we have?
How much money we don't
That's a
have?
good question.
I'd say we have about $20,000.
It was
Let her get back
about
to us.
20,000 before we spent only on like the Connect the Dots event, and
So like
That's a-
17,000?
the department literally just gave me access to the Union Bank account over
Okay.
like the weekend.
All right.
I still have to set up the temporary password and
All right.
yeah.
So we'll have a full treasurer's briefing next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Good. All right,
Okay.
next up is the distribution of public records from the Labange to David Rue transition. There has been quite the issue here.
Yeah.
Issues by who?
Apparently, Mr. Labange
Oh yeah.
destroyed 175 bankers' boxes worth of documents. And when Mr. Rue took office, there wasn't one paper clip or
Yep.
a piece of paper left over from the previous administration. So the city of Los Angeles has come up with language, 3 different CISs, community impact statements, that they want us to support. And in one of them, we're mentioned because